Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So the topic for today's pick a card reading, this one was suggested by the community over on Patreon, and it was suggested as where the F is your soulmate. So basically what we're going to be doing today is a reading for those of you who are on a journey to manifesting love, meeting your soulmate, being in a relationship with them, and maybe you're feeling confused about this journey and whether you're on the right path, why things may be taking longer than you expected, and what is next for you. So we're gonna get really detailed with this and break down different parts of your journey and different factors that may be affecting it. We are going to see what is currently helping you right now and what is maybe not helping you so much in this manifestation journey. And I hope that this can bring you some confirmation about what to keep doing and where to maybe make some adjustments. As you could probably tell from the thumbnail, instead of the regular crystals that we use in the readings to pick your group, today I'm using different perfumes. Before filming for each group, I would spray the fragrance around my space, and this was a really interesting experience for channeling. It really sets the tone for each group's distinct energy, and I feel like I can glean more about the energies from the scents. When I first started having psychic experiences, it was maybe a couple years after I came to Japan. And my first experiences were actually clairgustance and clairolfaction, which is clair tasting and clair smelling. If you are a frequent watcher of my readings, which thank you by the way if you are, you've maybe heard me in the middle of a reading be like, guys, I am suddenly getting a really strong smell of blah blah blah. So incorporating fragrances was really cool. Not only can I get messages from the cards and my intuition, but every now and then I just get that waft of the scent throughout the reading, and it brings up different messages for me. So Scentbird, who I have worked with before, and I'm so excited to be working with them again, they were so kind to provide us 4 scents for our usual 4 groups. They come in these cases that you can lock and unlock, but these are the vials inside, and they are the perfect size to place on top of our piles. I've been wearing fragrances from Scentbird for over a year now. I even bought a full bottle of one of the fragrances that I tried from them because I loved it so much. It's Love High by Confessions of a Rebel, if you are interested to know. There's a very generous amount in here to really give you the time to try out the scent. They say that it's 30 days worth of fragrance, but in my experience, it lasts quite a bit longer than that. I personally use 1 to 3 sprays maybe per use, and it will last several months for me. I'm going back and forth very frequently between Japan and Canada, and I try to pack as light as possible because wherever I go, I inevitably end up buying a bunch of crystals, which are very heavy, so I gotta keep everything else as light as possible. And this fits right into my backpack. Oh, I have something else in here right now. Whole grip powder. I just put it right in here. It even fits in those little clutches when you're going out and you don't wanna check your bag. You wanna keep a little pouch with you. She fits right in there. Yeah, I have a bunch of these. I am not a signature scent type of person. I wanna be smelling different. Gemini moon, okay? So I select my fragrance depending on how I want to feel, depending on my mood, on the season, because certain scents will really bring a certain mood out of me, or they'll transport me to a certain place or a certain period of my life. And even when I was doing the readings, the scents were bringing up emotion for me. It was really very good to use them for a reading of this nature where we are dealing with matters of the heart, because scent really is such a trigger for emotions and memories. So these are the fragrances that I got this time. They each come with their own card where you can see a picture of the bottle, and of course it tells you the brand and the fragrance name. It has a brief description and then all of the different notes that are in the fragrance. Because it's summertime, I opted for scents that are brighter and more playful. So for example, this Parisian Embrace, it's sweet, it's cute, it's feminine, it makes me feel bubbly and excited. The Viva La Juicy, okay, the bottle is pretty dolled up, but this is the clean girl fragrance. She is so refreshing and natural. Amazon Rainforest by Sanctuary, this is the best one in my opinion. It literally smells like rainfall. I don't know how they did it, but it's the best thing ever. And Sexycrush. This one is like being wrapped in a warm cloud of incense, which as a spiritual person, that's like my soul getting a hug. Scentbird, you honestly nailed it. These are right up my alley. Scentbird has over 700 fragrances available available from the popular, well-known brands to the more niche indie brands. If you are someone who wants to find your signature scent, Scentbird is a great way to try out different fragrances and see what you like without the commitment of having to purchase the full bottle, which can be quite pricey. Or if you're like me and you like to switch it up, you can just keep getting a different fragrance each month. Scentbird offers you personalized selections to choose from based on your preferences, and I guarantee you they will find you something you like. They do not miss. If you guys are interested in trying Scentbird, you can scan this QR code right here, or you can click the link down below and use my code KINO for 55% off your first month, which ends up being just $8. And for how long these last, that is a fantastic deal. So be sure to use the code KINO for your 55% discount. Thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much to you guys for listening to that. And now let's get on to the reading.
She's so sleepy. Hey. Okay, we'll see you in the reading. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's reading, we are going to be finding out where the heck your soulmate is. So basically, we are going to be taking a look at your progress in manifesting love into your life and see what different factors may be helping you or hindering you at this time. And I really want to get into detail with this so that you can get a sense of what to keep doing or what might need some adjustments, what might need to be let go of, so that you can have the best experience possible manifesting your soulmate. So there are 4 groups to choose from today, and as you can see, instead of the crystals that we usually place on top of each group, today we are using perfume bottles, which were provided by our lovely sponsor Scentbird. I'm going to show you guys each of these up close one by one, and please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. So for my number 1s, the brand is JUS, Jus, Joyau Unique et Sensoriel. This one is from France, and it's called Sexycrush, and the notes are rose. I don't even know. This is a type of wood, a fragrant, dark, and resinous wood used in incense, perfume, and small hand carvings, and vanilla. For my group number 2s, the brand is Sentier. This one is made in Italy. It's called Parisian Embrace, and the notes are peach, pear, bitter almond, licorice, and brown sugar. For my group number 3s, we have some good old Juicy Couture, Viva la Juicy la Fleur, and this one is made in USA, and it has notes of honeysuckle, red berries, gardenia, caramel, and vanilla. And for my number 4s, the brand is Sanctuary. This one is also made in USA, and it's called Amazon Rainforest. It has notes of dew-kissed mandarin, black pepper, geranium, rainwater accord, okay, and vetiver. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the Sexycrush, this is going to be your reading, and to honor the fragrance that you guys chose, I have sprayed it around my space so that I can be sitting in her energy during this reading. Do you know that smell when you walk into like a spiritual shop and it smells like incense and it's this warm and cozy and slightly sweet scent? That is exactly what this smells like, and that is such a comforting scent to me. I feel like I am right at home. My friend makes fun of me because whenever I like something, I say it's like a warm hug, but this really is like a warm hug, okay? So let's get into it. We are going to start off this reading with an energy check, and we're gonna see what your journey has been like so far, or what you need to know about your journey. So if you resonate with this part, that will be your sign that this is your group. Then we're gonna get into the main part of the reading, where we see what is helping you or blocking you in your journey to manifesting your soulmate. Now, this could be manifesting meeting them for those of you who haven't met them yet, or manifesting coming together with them for those of you who have already met them. But we're going to look at this from many different angles, as you can see. looking at your own beliefs and mindset, your own actions, as well as your soulmate's beliefs and mindset and your soulmate's actions. We're also going to see how external circumstances or how just the universe, divine timing, fate, and things like that could be currently helping or blocking, not really blocking, but protecting you on your journey right now. Then at the very end of the reading, we are going to get messages and advice from your higher self and from your soulmate's higher self. So that's the reading that we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. For my group number ones, what do they need to know about their journey or what their journey has been like so far? We have Resolve with Desert Jasper and Vesta, 222 on the camera timer as I'm holding up this card. We have Observe, Nobody feels your heart like you do, I avoided you because I was afraid to get hurt. And then we have the Goddess of Fire. It says, this is a time of spiritual growth and to let your soul shine. I love that. So we have the numbers 32 and 8, which could be significant to you. We also have the element of fire. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or people with fire placements could be significant. Especially Leo, because the number 8 is associated with the Strength card, and that's also, oh no, my nail is coming off. That's also a Leo energy. Let me just pop some glue on her. I don't know why, but this finger in particular does not want to stay on. That's okay, we forgive her. Yeah, so fire signs or Leo energy. Also the letter O. The letter O could be significant, like somebody's initial, or it could be the name of a place. Immediately I'm thinking of Ohio because that's where ASO is from. And Ottawa, that's where I'm from. Anyway, lots of places start with an O. Okay, one thing that I can say for sure with this Resolve and Desert Jasper group number 1 is that you are not giving up on this journey. I think that it's very important to you that you come into union with your soulmate. And I want to say that you will not settle for anything else. It feels like you're in an energy where you will not settle for anyone else. And no matter how long you would have to wait, it's like you would rather be alone than be with the wrong person. And you are never going to lose hope. It's like you are committed to having hope. And because we saw 222 as soon as this card came up, I really do feel that your soulmate feels the same way. Whether you have met them yet or not, they are out there somewhere feeling the same way. They do not want to give up on you. They do not want to give up on coming into union with you. And they simply won't. I really like these two together. Nobody feels your heart like you do, and I avoided you because I was afraid to get hurt. It almost feels like someone speaking to their heart, speaking to their emotions. I avoided feeling my heart because I was afraid to get hurt. This could be your energy or your soulmate's energy, or it could be both of you. But, okay. I kind of got chills with this message. Nobody feels your heart like you do. You are the only one who can say how you feel and can say what your truth is. And if you avoid feeling that, then someone else will decide for you. If you cannot face the truth of how you feel and sit with how you truly feel, then that makes it easier for other people to tell you how you feel or to sway you one way or the other. So being able to sit in your emotions, no matter if they may be uncomfortable or if they may hurt or if they may be scary, that gives you this energetic sovereignty and that gives you this empowerment. There's a feeling of you coming back home to yourself and you are no longer afraid to do so. I have this image of someone literally coming back to a house and feeling a little bit apprehensive because they're thinking, oh, I haven't been here in a while. I don't know what it's going to look like on the inside. But then saying, no, this is my house. This is my home. And I'm going to serve this house. I am going to nurture it. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to bring warmth back to it because it is my duty to take care of this house. And the house, in this case, it's your heart. So you're in a place where you're very committed to your heart. And even this image of observe, really sitting with your feelings and not running away from them and not judging them, just observing them and knowing that they are valid just by virtue of existing. So this commitment, it's not only to your soulmate and coming into union with them, but it's to yourself and always being honest with yourself about how you feel. And not letting anyone tell you otherwise or sway you this way or that way. I even feel that you likely, when you're watching readings like this, you can probably tell like, oh, this is for me, this is not for me. Because I know my truth, I know how I feel. And so, you know, sometimes if we hear a message that's a little bit off, we could think, oh, well, maybe it makes sense in this way. It's like, I feel like you don't even try to push it or try to force it. You know when something is for you. You know when something is not for you. You will know when the person before you is your soulmate. And if they're not, you're not going to try to force it. Maybe this is something you felt bad about in the past, like, oh, I don't really feel it, but maybe I should give them a chance. Maybe I'm being too picky, or maybe no. Group number 1, you will know. Fire, it's also about instincts, gut feelings, intuition. You have very strong and very accurate gut feelings. And I also want to say, if you have met your soulmate, you definitely know. You definitely know who they are. I don't need to tell you that. This is a time of spiritual growth for you where your soul is truly shining. And this is really exciting because it means your authentic energy is shining outward. And that is the single best way to attract your soulmate, is to let your authentic energy shine through. Because your soulmate is the one who is going to be in love with and match and respect and nurture that authentic energy. When you're putting out watered down versions of you or distorted versions of you, you're going to attract people who want that energy and who are not a match for you. So what I can say, and we're going to get into this more in the tarot, but you are putting out the exact right frequency to call in your soulmate. You absolutely are. And I think you know you are. And I think you know it's just a matter of time. Maybe there's divine timing at play. But one thing's for sure is that however long it takes, I really feel you're at peace with it in your soul. And you know that they're coming. So let's get into your tarot now. It's funny that your fragrance smells like incense and then we have fire. Burning incense, I sometimes do it before filming just as a way to get in my zone and to connect with my spiritual team when I feel called to do so. So someone in your spiritual team may be encouraging you to burn incense or maybe to visit a temple or a shrine. I don't really think you have major obstacles at this point because your spiritual team is removing them for you. And honestly, your higher self does a very excellent job at removing obstacles on their own and protecting themselves. But if ever there was anything you overlooked, like some negative energy or blockage you overlooked, I think your spiritual team will clean that up for you. Fire also, it does have this feeling of purification, of clearing, of making room, like you're burning things away to clear and make room. Maybe, I wonder if some of you have done a ritual recently where you burned something. Like maybe you wrote intentions or wrote down something you want to let go of and burned it. Or maybe you're encouraged to do this in a fire-safe way, of course. goodness, even connecting to the sun, connecting to the energy of the sun could be empowering for you, or connecting to the energy of your sun sign. Okay, so getting to the main part of our reading, we're going to see the different factors that could be helping or hindering your journey at this time. So where is group number 1 at in terms of their own beliefs and their own mindset? We have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. In terms of group number 1's actions, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. In terms of your soulmate's mindset, we have the Devil. Your soulmate's actions, the King of Wands in reverse. External circumstances, the King of Pentacles in the upright, and the universe and divine timing. We have the Tower. Oh my goodness. Okay. I kind of want to start with the Tower in the upright. So I think I kind of forgot to mention this, but I'm going to be interpreting upright positions as a helping energy and reversed positions as a hindering energy. So the universe, fate, divine timing, we have the Tower in the upright, which means that the universe is currently working in your favor. I mean, we knew this. The universe is working in your favor right now to promote this union. And this is a card that is ruled by Mars. So this is actually a time where the universe and the world around you is actively making moves. This is not a period of waiting and watching. This is not a period of like reflection or preparation. It's go time. The universe and life itself is literally making moves right now and putting things into place to bring you to your soulmate. Now, with the Tower, if you are familiar with tarot and you've probably heard people talk about Tower moments, these are things often suddenly, abruptly falling apart or leaving your life. It can also talk about a powerful revelation or a powerful epiphany that's kind of life-changing. Anything that is earth-shattering, so to speak. Anything that feels like a rug is being pulled out from under you. But what I thought when I saw this card is that anything that is standing in the way of this manifestation is being actively destroyed right now. And a car just honked outside when I said that, so that's a confirmation. Even the fact that you got this fire energy, things are being purged, burned, cleared away. So pay attention to anything that is ending in your life right now, anything that is leaving your life, or even anything that seems like it wants to leave. If anything or anyone seems like it's trying to, like a loose tooth, it's still in your mouth, but you know it's on its way out. So if anything in your life is like that right now, pay attention to that, because that's something that's got to go. That's something that will go because of divine intervention. So yeah, the universe is actively clearing away things right now to get you to where you need to be. And the Tower is the card that comes before the Star. So after this is the fulfillment of your wish. Like, this is literally the step before wish fulfillment, is that we got to make room. It's as if I'm being shown, and I'm being shown analogies with houses. So I don't know if some of you are like moving house, or you're going to be moving in with this person, or you're thinking about redoing your house, or thinking about your living situation, but houses and analogies are coming through today. I'm thinking of someone who got a gift sent to their house. It's something that they've wanted for a long time, and it's here on their doorstep, but they don't have room in their house, so they have to get rid of some things or move some furniture around to make space for this new item that's coming in. And that's what the universe is doing in your life right now. Some things have to go so that you have the time, the energy, the mental capacity, perhaps even the physical space to welcome these blessings into your life. And we see 2 people falling out of the tower here. So I do think that this is something that's happening both in your life and in your soulmate's life. There will be some things that feel like a relief. It feels like, oh my gosh, this clutter is finally gone. This annoying situation is finally gone. There will also be some things that could feel like shock or like grief as well. You know, the tower is pretty intense energy, and I think both of you are going through this. Oh, both of these look like feminine energies. Interesting. That could be a sign for some of you. We also have an upright card for external circumstances. So things in your external circumstances, things in the world around you are all working in your favor right now. You will be supported. You may need some kind of material or financial support, and that's going to be coming in for you. Just for one example, let's say you were meant to meet your soulmate at a school, and so this would be getting a scholarship so that you can go to that school. Or your soulmate's in another city and you get money to pay for the ticket there. You may be getting some kind of help in terms of money or resources or material possessions or equipment that somehow link to you coming together with your soulmate. So the help that you're receiving, it's tangible, it's things. You may also receive help from older family members or mentors, bosses, teachers, anyone who is an authority figure, but their purpose is to nurture you and set you up to succeed. They could also be helping you. They could also be helping you manifest this. You're already on your way to this, but you are manifesting your dream lifestyle and your dream living situation. That's what this King of Pentacles is telling me. So now we get into the energy of you and your soulmate, where we do see some things that are hindering. I'm going to start with you. So for your mindset and your beliefs, we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I honestly think that what could be hindering you is, and I honestly don't think this is major, but sometimes you might have a mindset of gratitude that is a bit forced, or that you end up spiritually bypassing things that are not working. So, and we can use money as an example. It's like if you're experiencing material lack or not as much money as you would like, or you can't afford something, that is something that can be changed. And the feelings of discontentment or dissatisfaction that you have can be harnessed to bring about change in your life. They can be your fuel to do something differently, or to look for new solutions, or to look for new opportunities. And if you force yourself to feel grateful for the circumstances, or to look for the positive in the circumstances, even though that's really not what you feel like doing, that could hinder you from taking necessary actions, or that could hinder you from seeing the possibility for change in the world around you. So don't be afraid to admit when something feels not enough for you. Don't be afraid to say, I deserve more, or I deserve better. That you may feel a little bit uncomfortable saying that. You can be grateful for what you have and also want more. It doesn't mean that you're ungrateful. It doesn't mean that you're greedy. If you want more, it's probably because you need more and you deserve more. And this doesn't just go for money and material things, of course. This can also go for like comfort, emotional fulfillment, success, recognition, the treatment you receive from other people. Don't be afraid to call out when something isn't enough. I think you have cultivated this practice of being grateful for what you have, and that's very important, but just don't let it reach a point where you're glossing over things that you're not happy with and that you can ultimately change just for the sake of having a grateful mindset, if that makes sense. So that's just something that your spiritual team wants to bring to your attention. And just, yeah, money in the material world is coming up quite a bit. Some of you may at times try to spiritually bypass your desire for money or like your desire for material wealth, or just have a little bit of a complicated relationship with money and wanting money, which it makes sense. We've seen money manifest in, or people's relationship with money manifest in quite evil ways in this world. So it makes sense if you have a little bit of a strange relationship with money, but developing a positive relationship with it, I think, will be very helpful, because you may need, it sounds strange to say, but that's life in the 3D world, right? You might need funds and resources and material things to get you where you need to be, to the place in your life where you would be with this soulmate. Yeah. When it comes to your actions, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, but I also kind of feel like this is a mindset thing, because the Wheel of Fortune is about divine intervention and fate, and we've already seen that that is working in your favor. So there may be some times where you take actions in your life, and I almost feel like this is out of habit, because you know what it feels like to take inspired action, and you know how important that is, but every now and then our pesky mind says like, should I be doing more? Maybe I should be, you know, this is not my dream job, but like maybe I should be applying for stuff, even though I know that this is my life purpose and the universe has this opportunity set up for me in my future. Maybe I should be applying for jobs, like, and we know that that's not true, but it's a habit. It's just something, it's conditioning. It's something that your mind is used to telling you. And so you may just need to remind yourself more frequently, I guess, that the universe has your back and that there's no need to be taking actions when it doesn't feel right. And that goes back to your gut instincts. You know in your gut, but I think sometimes your mind gets uncomfortable. Like, are you sure we're doing enough? Are you sure we're taking enough action? And you will be divinely guided to take action when the time is right. And yeah, I really feel like both of these are just reminders and just confirmation if maybe you're working on these things. So if you're already working on adjusting these energies, I would not be worried. I would not be worried anyway, but if your spiritual team had to be picky about things to adjust, I think they would mention these. So moving on to your soulmate's energy, interestingly, for their mindset, we have the Devil in the upright, which the Devil, we would normally get a negative message with it, but this is something that's working for them. I feel like your soulmate is extremely ambitious. I think they have a competitive spirit, maybe with others, but definitely with themselves. They want to outdo themselves. I also think they don't want to settle for second place. They really want to be the best of the best. And I'm hearing that they're always hungry. They're always hungry for more. They might be in a kind of hustle mentality, but I feel like it works for them. And that's just a thing. You know, we talk about hustle culture in a negative way. I even talk about hustle culture in a negative way. But what is really negative is the notion that it's for everybody, that everybody should define success this way, that everybody should be waking up at 5 a.m. and grinding, or else you don't really want it, or you're lazy, or you're not like passionate or, you know, like the negative judgment associated with people who don't subscribe to that lifestyle is what we really need to stop doing. But I feel like for your soulmate, the hustling works for them. Like they can, this is like my partner. I don't know how they do it. I cannot do it, but I think they just really, really love what they do. And I mean, I do too, but I also really, really love resting and playing mobile games and cuddling with my dog. So, you know, it works for some people and it's not for some people. And I feel like that kind of life is for your soulmate, being highly ambitious, striving for greater heights. I mean, like climbing the ladder. I just heard like climbing the corporate ladder. So they could be in a really high position in their career. They could even have their own business, because this is Capricorn energy and that definitely gives CEO vibes. But they're working hard and they're pushing themselves, and that's something that is working for them. I really don't think that they resent that mindset or that they dread doing their work. It seems like they're very motivated and they really love what they do and they're very proud of themselves. I'm thinking of, I just got into this song recently. It's Busy Girl by Tove and someone else, and I feel so bad. I can't remember. But wait, let me check. I mean, if you want to listen to it and you search Tove, it will come up. But Tuvelo, period. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's called Busy Girl. Yeah, by Tove and S.G. Lewis. And I feel like that's your soulmate's vibe. I'm not going to play it because it's probably copywritten. But the lyrics are just about being a busy girl and being good at what you do. Highly recommend it. Okay. Now, which probably means that there's something about like your aspirations and material success that like leads to you knowing of each other or coming together, really reaching your full potential in the physical world. For their actions, we have the King of Wands in reverse. So something that may be hindering your soulmate is there's not settling is one thing. I'm not going to tell them to start settling, but they may not really compromise. It's like they want to do everything themselves and they want to do everything their way, which is commendable, but it could be something that is hindering them. Like for example, there could be a partner, a business partner or something who could be very helpful to them, who could provide valuable insights or lift some of the weight for them. And they're like, no, I can do it by myself. And maybe they can, but they would do a better job. They would objectively produce a better product and they would have an easier time, and maybe they'll have a really great learning experience. Maybe they'll build a really nice bond with that other party if they just accepted help or accepted their insights. And if they were maybe open to some feedback or others' input. I think they're just in that place where they want to do everything by themselves. I've definitely been in that energy before with my music, but allowing other people to work on it and help you and put their input, it can really teach you a lot and just make you a better artist. I don't know if this person is an artist, but a better creator, better creator of ideas, of whatever they're doing. So maybe doing everything by themselves is not helping. It could even be that as they start to allow more assistance and more collaborations in their life, that will put them in your circle. The more people they connect with, they connect with this person and and it's like a chain that leads to you. So maybe they're a little bit of a hermit, or they just really want to do everything on their own. And I think that that action could be something that is hindering them. But look, we have, honestly, this Tower moment trumps everything, because anything that is hindering this union is gonna get destroyed. So, and the Tower is pretty forceful. So, you know, if you're here not recognizing that something's not enough for you, the universe is gonna make it shittier and shittier. Like, I'm sorry, but it is, until you have no choice but to admit this is shitty and I want something more. If you keep taking actions even when you don't feel divinely guided to do so, the universe is gonna shut that down. If you keep applying for jobs that you know you don't want, I'm gonna shut down your internet. Like, it's gonna be stuff like that. The universe is like really gonna be loud and clear and halt you doing things that you're not meant to do. And so your soulmate as well, they're gonna reach a point where they can't do things alone anymore. And they have to ask for help, and they have to start connecting with others, and they have to start collaborating with others, and they have to start expanding their social circle, because that's gonna reduce the degrees of separation or get them like together with you in some way. So, very interesting. For the last part of this reading, we're going to use a couple of oracle decks that were so kindly sent to me by Starseed Shelter. I love her deck so much. I'm gonna have her store linked if you want to check out her cards and artwork. But one of them is a magic deck and one of them is a twin flame message deck. You don't have to resonate with being on a twin flame journey, but you can just think of this as messages from your person. So let's start with the magic deck. Messages from group number one's higher self or their soulmate's higher self. Oh, we have my power speaks for itself. And to destroy or to create. We have, oh, you know what's so cool? I think this is Sailor, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. This is Sailor Jupiter, and Wheel of Fortune is ruled by the planet Jupiter. And then that looks like Saturn, but that looks like Sailor Mercury. But the Devil is ruled by Saturn. And then for our twin flame messages, we have, I just need a sign. And don't let someone come between us. Yeah, I feel like this group, I was getting the feeling that you are not really interested in other options. Like, you want to be with your divine counterpart and you will know when it's them. And I feel like perhaps this is their higher self confirming that they feel the same way. So I feel like they maybe want to let you know that they're not really exploring any other options, or they're not seeing anyone right now. Honestly, I feel like they're so focused on their own goals right now anyway. But I don't really get the sense of any third party disruption. So if you were worried about that, I feel like this is here to ease your worries. I also feel that they could be seeing signs from you. Is that it? Yep. That's an earthquake, as we're talking about signs. It's not very big, but yep. We're shaking. I feel like earthquakes always happen when I'm doing a soulmate reading. If it's the same people watching these earthquake groups and it's the same soulmates doing this, knock it off. Okay. Yeah, so you could be receiving signs through nature, you know, thunderclap, like rain falling, animals, flowers, things out in the natural world could bring you signs. I do think that your soulmate is seeing signs from you. They're perhaps even looking for signs from you. And then we have my power speaks for itself and to destroy or create. This is giving me the feeling of, I don't know if this is you or them. It could be both of you, but when someone or something is meant for you, you won't have to chase it or convince it to stick around, or chase them or convince them to stick around. This person is not going, look, if you look at this thing that I did see, you can actually see that I am powerful. Do you believe me? They're like, my power speaks for itself. And if you don't see it, you don't see it, and that's on you. So, and I feel like that goes back to the message. If something wants to be destroyed, let it be destroyed. If something wants to leave your life, let it leave your life. This is a time to let people and situations just show their true colors, and to not try to force them to be any other way. This is a time to not try to change situations or change people if it's clear that they don't want to be in your life. And to recognize that it's actually not you destroying anything. It's just that it was gonna fall apart anyway. Yeah. So I think that those are all of the messages for my group number 1. So thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. And thank you so much once again to Scentbird. This is the best scent for a tarot reading, okay? Like it literally smells like those cozy spiritual shops, incense. Oh, I love it. So anyway, thank you very much to Scentbird for providing these fragrances today and for sponsoring this video. Remember, if you want to get 55% off your first month, which is just $8 a month, you can click the link down below or use this QR code, and you can use my code to get the discount. Thank you guys so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings, just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really, really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to your soulmate, to their higher self, to your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number 2s, so if you guys chose the Sentier fragrance, this is going to be your reading, and to honor the fragrance that you guys chose, I have sprayed her all over my space so that I can be sitting with her energy as we do the reading. And group number 2, I have to tell you guys that this perfume smells like every girl I have had a crush on. It is a lovely scent. It's definitely a feminine scent, and it has a sweetness to it, but in a light and refreshing way, not in like a heavy or rich way, if that makes sense. It kind of reminds me of a summer evening, a bright summer evening. The sun is just starting to go down and you're excited for the evening. It's definitely like a bubbly and bright fragrance. I'm not very good at describing, but I hope you guys can feel her energy. And on that note, since I've sat down to start filming your reading, I've just felt kind of flustered. Like when you have a crush on someone and you're like, and like you have butterflies and tripping over your words. So maybe that's just the fragrance, but I thought I could be picking up on one of your energies, either you or your soulmate or both of you. That might be the energy that you have around each other. And I did recommend a song for group number 1, and for you guys, I'm now thinking of the song Trippin by Conro, which I'm going to link the songs. So if you guys want to check them out, then feel free to do that. But anyway, let's get into the reading. So our reading today, we are starting off with an energy check where we're going to see what your journey has been like so far and what you need to know about your journey. So if what I'm describing here does sound like your situation, that will be your sign that this is your group. And then we're going to get into the main part of the reading where we see what different energies could be helping or blocking this union right now. And so we're going to look at your beliefs and mindset, your actions, as well as your soulmate's beliefs and mindset and your soulmate's actions. We're also going to look at your external circumstances and the universe, divine timing, fate, and things like that to get a full picture of the energy surrounding your soulmate connection. And then at the very end of the reading, we are going to get messages and advice from your higher self and from your soulmate's higher self. So that's the reading that we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here. And now let's get into your energy check. So what do my group number 2s need to know about their journey? We have the number 22, Perspective, Larimar, and Neptune. I have my Larimar right here. There she is. She's so beautiful. We have Harvest. This will all feel kind of terrible until it doesn't. I want to hold you in my arms. And then we have Lemurian Mermaid. You are beautiful. Express it. Okay, so on our cards, we have the number 22 and the number 30. So these could be significant numbers in some way. Also, when I was holding up the Harvest card, I don't know why this stuck in my mind, but the camera timer was at 3:11. And I thought that that might be a significant date. So March 11th or November 3rd or even January 31st could be significant dates to this group. Even the way when I held up this card, I want to hold you in my arms, it wasn't in focus at first. It was blurry and then it came into focus. And it almost gave me this feeling of, well, first of all, I think you and your soulmate miss each other very much. Whether you know them yet in this lifetime or not, you do feel each other's absence and miss each other. And I was just getting the sense that sometimes you might have this feeling of feeling sad or feeling blue or feeling like something is missing, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And then you realize, oh yes, it's that I miss you. There could be something about the water or aquatic energy or aquatic worlds, because we have Larimar here, which looks very much like the surface of the ocean. And then you have mermaids as well. So you could feel a connection to mermaids or aquatic worlds. Maybe you've even taken on an aquatic form with your soulmate in a past life. With Neptune, you definitely have a lot of astral communication. I think you visit each other in dreams and communicate to each other in dreams very frequently. And I'm hearing you provide comfort for each other. When you have an astral interaction with your soulmate, it will feel very cozy and comforting. And no matter what you're going through in your life, I think you would wake up from that dream feeling like everything's going to be okay. Sometimes you may even dream about each other or have interactions in the astral, and your conscious mind might not even remember them, but that feeling still lingers. I think there's a lot of moments in your day-to-day life where you're just feeling each other's presence hovering around you. And it's not even a specific message that you're communicating to each other. It's just feeling the warmth and the comfort of each other's presence and kind of feeling their energy everywhere. Piscean energy could be significant as well with this mermaid and with the Neptune energy. So you or your soulmate could have Pisces placements. That date, March 11th, that I mentioned, that would be in Pisces season. The month of March in general, late February and March could be significant to this connection. It's interesting too, your fragrance, where did she go? She has notes of peach and pear, and then we have this fruit basket and it literally has a pear. I don't know if there's a peach in here, but there's a pomegranate, papaya, grapes. I don't know if fruits are significant in some way, or they could just be symbolic of the bounty that you are receiving. This will all feel kind of terrible until it doesn't, and harvest, which means that your hard work is paying off. At the time that you're watching this reading, you could be a bit down, feel like you're in a dark phase in your life, or you're going through something difficult, and your spiritual team wants you to know that it's going to pay off and your perseverance will reap rewards. It's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable during this time. And it's okay to not be strong when you don't feel like being strong. There's a really beautiful soul bond here. I think we're going to get into the tarot and see more specifics about what is going on. But what I can tell from these oracle cards is that your energy is around each other all the time. But it feels kind of hard to grasp. Like, I don't know what I'm feeling right now. I feel something around me, and it's their energy. Or my emotions feel a bit different today, and it's because they're present, or you're feeling their emotions. It's kind of hard to explain. Okay, group number 2s. We're gonna ask your higher selves for the messages today, but if there's any other member of your spiritual team you would like to receive messages from, just keep them in your mind as I'm shuffling. A spirit guide, an angel, spirit itself, anyone you'd like to receive these messages from. This Lemurian mermaid also wants you to recognize how beautiful you are inside and out and really enjoy your beauty. You may be currently, or in the near future, you may be taking more care of your appearance to really bring out your natural beauty. This could also be beauty in the things that you create. You are creating beauty, and especially visual is coming to my mind. Things that are aesthetically pleasing. Some of you could be working with brands for their branding, for their aesthetic, or you have clients who come to you for design and aesthetic and for visuals, or you could be curating a brand for yourself. This could also be something that your soulmate does. Also, one or both of you could work in film, or you could just be a cinephile. You have a classic beauty. You have a timeless beauty about you. And it's unique. It's not kind of beauty that you see every day. I'm getting a message that there's a lot of people, and it's specifically people of the same gender as you, who find you just to be stunningly beautiful or very attractive, but they're too shy to tell you. And then you might be like, oh my gosh, why is this person staring at me? And feel like they're judging you, but they're actually just staring at you because you're so stunning. Group number 2, what can we know about group number 2's mindset and beliefs pertaining to their soulmate connection? We have the Ten of Pentacles in the upright and Temperance in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to keep those as one energy. What about group number 2's actions? Divine Wisdom in the upright. Oh, I forgot to mention again, reversals are going to indicate hindering energies and upright is going to indicate helping energies. Group number 2's soulmates, mindset and beliefs. The Ten of Cups in reverse. And their soulmates' actions. We have the Knight of Cups. External circumstances. We have the Ten of Swords. And then the universe, divine timing, fate. We have the Ten of Wands. We have, oh my gosh, all of the tens came out in the minor arcana. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords, and 10 of Wands. 10 is a number of completion, of fulfillment, of things coming full circle. There's a feeling of reaching your destination, reaching the finish line. You are definitely about to end a very difficult cycle in your life. And I'm just hearing you will not have another difficult cycle like this, perhaps even ever, or at least for a very, very long time. It's been a struggle, it's been hard, and I think you need to validate that for yourself. Especially, I feel like it's been hard on your nervous system, or it's been hard mentally. You've had to deal with a lot of stresses, and there's a feeling that sometimes you might downplay yourself when you feel really stressed out about what's going on, and you think, I'm hearing you think you're being a baby of like, oh, there's so many people have it way worse than me. So many people have way more stressful things going on in their life. Whatever you have gone through is objectively a lot to deal with. And you've been handling it so well, but like, I also want to say, even if you weren't handling it well, that's not a moral failing, because whatever you're going through is objectively difficult. And your spiritual team wants you to know that it is going to come to an end soon. We have all 4 tens, all marking a completion. A lot of full moons as well, which also indicate something coming to completion. And after that, the moon starts waning. Something hard is almost over. I think externally you may be in an energy of tying up loose ends. Anything that required you to work very hard for little results, that is going to be coming to an end. So it will balance out in some way. So just for an example that's easy to understand, if you've been working very hard for little pay, either your pay is going to be dramatically increased so that it matches the work that you're doing, or your workload is going to be dramatically decreased so that you feel that you're getting paid fairly. Or perhaps they will meet in the middle. But your efforts and your results, they must meet. They are going to be meeting at this time. There's going to be divine intervention to make sure that that happens, and that you feel your exchange of energy given out into the world versus energy received. It sustains you. It sustains you, and it's fair. There's a feeling of justice being served. If there's anyone who's been exacerbating your stressful situation, especially intentionally, it feels like someone intentionally adding stress to your life out of spite or just pettiness or just because they don't care. They don't care to know if what they're doing is stressing you out or the amount of work or labor or burden that they're putting on you. Like, they don't really care how it affects you. I've been getting that message recently with the Ten of Swords, of someone leaving you alone. Like a mosquito that was making you itchy and buzzing in your ear. And it's like, oh, leave me alone. But in this case, I think the dynamic was stressing you out a lot more than a mosquito. It's just an example. It's definitely a time of stressful situations coming to an end. And this somehow leads to your soulmate or allows you to focus on that journey. Any interfering voices that we're getting in your head, interfering with your soul connection, those will be leaving you alone as well. Yeah, all 4 tens. That's crazy. So, where should I start? Should I start with you or should I start with your soulmate? Let's start with you. So, in terms of your mindset, something that has really helped you is patience and looking at the grand scheme of things. Looking at the bigger picture. Temperance even has a little bit of that energy because of its relation to Sagittarius energy, which is very much about the bigger picture, looking at things in the long term. I think that you have been very good at not giving in to the temptation of instant gratification. So this might even pertain to the stressful situation that you've been through, where maybe sometimes you would see something that was an easy way out or a quick fix to bring you comfort during this time, and yet thinking about your long-term well-being, you didn't give in to those temptations. And I also think you've had realistic expectations about there's certain things that just don't manifest overnight. There's certain things that take time because of just the natural order of things, or because of other parties involved, or because of divine timing. And I just think you've done an excellent job at being patient and trusting that everything is going to fall into place at the right time in the right way. Some of you have been, I don't know if this pertains to your soulmate connection, but some of you have been making good financial decisions, especially when it comes to things like investing or saving for your future, or investing in quality over quantity, things that will last for a long time. Maybe you've been good at stopping yourself from making impulsive purchases, or stopping yourself from indulging in a way that would, indulging is important, but overindulging in a way that would hinder your long-term goals. I think you've been good at staying disciplined and thinking about future you, and thinking about how you're doing this for them, and one day they will thank you for your hard work. Yeah, patience, discipline, consistency as well, thinking about the long term. Some of you, for those of you who do have children or who will have children in the future, if that's something that you want, you have maybe been healing your inner child or healing your relationship to your parents, and assuring that a cycle is broken so that your children don't have to deal with the same traumas or painful dynamics. Or if you don't have children, or that's not in your future, healing your parent-child dynamics so that it doesn't affect your own interpersonal relationships. I think you are really ready. You're ready for this love. You're ready for this connection in terms of your inner world. You're at the place you need to be. You're the version of you who is ready to accept this connection. With the Temperance in reverse, there's a message that everything sorts itself out over time. So, and I don't necessarily know that this is hindering your union. It may just be hindering your inner peace. But how do I describe it? Everything balances itself out over time. Energetically, it's a bit like two people who don't track so meticulously. Well, I treated you to lunch and it was $16.37, but then you bought me a coffee and it was $5.20. So that means like I owe you, what is that, $11, and I don't forget what I said, but they're not tracking that so meticulously. They just kind of trust, you know, I treat you today, you treat me tomorrow, we both you pay for this one day, I pay for this the other day, and it's all gonna even out over time. And they kind of trust in that nature's own ability to maintain the balance. Our bodies are very good at doing this too. You know, if you eat a bit more, you'll burn energy a bit faster. If you eat a bit less, you'll burn energy a bit slower. Your body knows how to naturally make those adjustments to maintain the balance. And so there may be something that you don't have to be constantly checking on so much. It can take care of itself. So this could be about trusting your body that it's able to maintain your balance, or even trusting in your energetic field. It can cleanse itself. You don't have to constantly be checking, is someone sending me a negative vibe, or am I putting out a negative vibration? Something can regulate itself. Interesting. Or like even checking on the progress of a journey, or feeling that, oh no, I'm falling behind on a goal. I missed 10 minutes of practice yesterday, so I have to do 10 extra minutes. Like, you don't have to make up for everything so meticulously. Like, your body will adjust, or nature will regulate it somehow, or it will just all come into balance over time. I hope that makes sense. I guess not stressing over little details like that and micromanaging. That could be something that hinders your inner peace, and that maybe in some way hinders your soulmate connection. Because when you're in a place of energetic union with your soulmate, it feels like unconditional love. It feels like radical peace and acceptance. And so these kind of energies, obsessive thoughts, are the ones that take you out of that consciousness, out of that union consciousness. It could even be like, if you're in communication with this person, looking at like, oh, they texted me this number of times, and this is such an extreme example, but like their text only had 5 words and mine had 37. Like, I need to write less, or it's all going to balance out. Okay, so next we have your soulmates. Oh no, this is your action, divine wisdom. Yeah, and I love that divine wisdom is looking at the temperance card in reverse. I think this is really just trusting that you are taking the right actions, even if you're not thinking about it. And it's coming back to your body quite a bit, that your body is very wise, your instincts are very wise, and you are doing the right things at the right time. Your action card is in the upright, which means your actions are helping this connection. You are taking the right actions, but I think in your internal world, there's a part of you that doubts if you are. So affirming to yourself that you have that divine wisdom literally embedded in your body, in your DNA, and that it will not lead you astray. That's very important. Yeah. This is your soulmate's energy. So they also are taking the right actions, but have some troubling energy in their inner world. So you're mirroring each other in that way, where you're doing all the right things externally. You're making all the right decisions in life. You're moving in the right direction, but you have some limiting beliefs or some unhelpful thought patterns that you could adjust. So in terms of their limiting belief, we have this 10 of Cups in the reverse, and this really gives me the feeling of okay, so what I was gonna say was my happily ever after doesn't exist. But have you ever seen those memes that's like the perfect blank doesn't exist, and then you get cut off and it's a picture of the perfect blank. You know, it would be like the perfect dog doesn't exist, and then it's a picture of my dog, you know, like that kind of thing. So that's them, and they're like, the perfect partner doesn't exist, and then they get cut off and it's you, kind of thing. So there's a lot of water energy here. This is Piscean energy again. So I wouldn't be surprised if one or both of you has Pisces or water placements. But I think that they have a lot of fantasies and a lot of daydreams. They're definitely a dreamer, a romantic soul, an artistic soul with this Knight of Cups. They're a sensitive and gentle soul, very empathic. And the things they daydream about is their ideal. And they do pursue it. Those ideals do propel them forward, but they don't believe that their final destination really exists, or their happily ever after really exists. Maybe you've heard that quote, aim for the moon. So what is it? Not me bringing up a quote and then not being able to say it, but it's like aim for the moon. So even if you miss, you will be amongst the stars. So what they really want is the moon. But in their mind, they're like, I'm never gonna get to the moon, but at least I'm gonna head in that direction. And if I'm lucky, I will land amongst the stars, kind of thing. It's like they've already decided they're not going to get the whole package or the whole vision of their daydreams, but they're going to pursue it anyway in hopes that they'll get something close to it, kind of thing. So they're not even really letting their mind go there to the possibility that they could have everything their heart desires. It's also like someone saying, well, I already know that there's no way I could ever get 100% on this exam, but I'm still going to study for it. Like, I'm still going to try, but I'll be lucky if I get an 80. They're shutting down their dreams before they even really give it a chance. But that doesn't stop them from moving in that general direction. So I guess a concern here could be that they settle for something that is close to what they want, because they're like, well, I'm not gonna get the full thing anyway. So this is probably all the universe has to offer me, and it's close enough to what I want. So this is probably it, and I'll just take it. And that's a mindset that they're in that could be hindering this connection. Yeah. So if you are in this person's life already, or even if you're not, I would share with them affirmations that their dreams are possible and that they are deserving of realizing all of the dreams and desires that are in their heart. And even you living in this way could set an example for them. You reaching for the moon because you're gonna get that freaking moon. Going for that 100% because you're gonna get that 100%. And manifesting exactly what you want. If you live in that way and strive for your happily ever after, for your dream come true, that could be a beautiful example for them. But even just sending that energy their way in your meditations, in your prayers, in the astral, reminding them that they deserve all of the lovely things, their beautiful heart desires, I think that would be really helpful for them. So for the last part of this reading, we're going to pull cards from a couple of oracle decks, which were so kindly sent to me by Starseed Shelter. Thank you so much if you're watching. They're so cute. I'm gonna link them down below if you guys want to check them out. But we have a magic deck and a twin flame messages deck. Even if you don't resonate with being on a twin flame journey, that is of course totally fine. These will just be messages from your person and from your higher self too. We have shadow work is the real magic. And whoa, this is like literally what we were talking about. There's shadow work to be done so that we can uncover this truth that abundance is your birthright. You are born with these dreams, I want to say. You are born with these dreams. I'm seeing a little baby that is, because aren't babies already born with their adult teeth? I could sound really dumb right now. And I also mentioned teeth in group number 1. But it's this idea of being born and you already have all of the components to become your final form and to reach your full potential. You were born with those dreams placed inside of you because you were meant to realize them. They are there because it's meant for you. And definitely your soulmate, but maybe you as well, could have trouble embracing that truth. And your higher selves want you to know this. We also have, we've met in a past life. So you could have an eerily familiar feeling when you meet your soulmate in this lifetime, or you did have that kind of eerie feeling when you met them in this lifetime. Oh, yeah, because it's like you skip that stage of awkwardness, of formalities, of feeling like you have to impress each other. You're like, I feel like I already know you. I feel like we're already best friends. And so I'm not nervous around you. I don't worry about how I'm coming across because I know that you'll understand my energy. These are signs that you've met your soulmate. That strong familiarity, 3311, as I say that, 3311, which those are the numbers that came up before because we saw 311, 311, and I thought that could be like dates, and then 3311. Interesting. The year 2013 could also be significant because that's like 1 and a 3. Or one of you, your birth year could end in a 1, or your birth year could end in a 3. You could also be life paths 1 and 3. And in your synastry, you might have personal planets. Like, this is for if you're into astrology. You could have personal planets in their first house or in their third house, or they could have personal planets in your first house or third house. Yeah, but that's how you'll know. It's funny that they look like the same people, but just in a different period. And this is giving Lady and the Tramp vibes, which could be significant. Is there anything else? Shadow work is the real magic. Magic doesn't always look like something just poofing out of thin air. Sometimes that hard labor and that long process is in itself the magic. We do magic all the time. It's not this, I mean, it is mystical, but it's not this like woo-woo thing. It's in everything we do. One of my favorite cards in this Lemurian deck talks about that idea of everything you do can be a ritual. If you do it with intention, everything you do can be magic. That's an important thing for you to remember. Even just like spraying a fragrance or putting makeup on, that can be a ritual, that can be a spell. It's all about your intention. And on that note, I would like to take this moment to ease your worries. If you ever wonder, like for those of you who do spells or manifestation work, and you think, well, what if I'm not doing it right? It's not so much about what you are doing. It's about the intention behind it. I think those are all of the messages for my group number 2s. So thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. And thank you so much once again to our sponsor, Scentbird. I really like having different smells for different groups. I got to do this more often because it puts me in that distinct energy. It's like using a whole other sense to channel. It's so cool. Anyway, if you guys want to check out Scentbird and get 55% off your first month, which is just $8 a month, you can use the link below, or you can use this QR code and use my code for your discount. Thank you very much. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really, really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your soulmate, to your higher selves, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number threes, so if you guys chose the Juicy Couture fragrance, this is going to be your reading, and to honor the fragrance that you guys have chosen, I've sprayed it around my space so that we can be sitting with her energy during this reading. This one has such a fresh and clean scent. It is really natural. Like, I would be very happy if my whole space, my whole house smelled like this. I don't know how to describe it. What I mean by natural, it's like if you were in an elevator with someone who was wearing this, you wouldn't be like, oh, someone's wearing perfume. You would just be like, that person smells really nice. That person smells really fresh and clean. I hope that you know what I mean. But anyway, let's get into your reading. So we are going to start off this reading with an energy check. So we're going to look at what your journey has been like so far and what you need to know about your journey. So if this sounds like what you are currently going through, that will be your sign that this is your group. Then we're going to get into the main part of the reading where we see the different energies that could be helping or hindering you at this time. We're going to look at this from many different angles, as you can see here. So we're going to look at your own beliefs and mindset, your own actions, as well as your soulmate's beliefs and mindset and your soulmate's actions. We are also going to see external circumstances and the universe, divine timing, fate, things like that, to see what energies are affecting your soulmate journey right now. And then at the very end of the reading, we are going to get messages and advice from your higher self and from your soulmate's higher self. So that is the reading that we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. What do my group number threes need to know about their soulmate journey? We have momentum with Pyrite and Mars, and we also have the number 24. And I believe I do have, oh, I have a big piece of pyrite here. I'm gonna put her right here. Okay. I don't want to hide the artwork though. Then we have womb. Where you're going, not all can follow. We both need closure. And we have the Goddess of Earth. And this card is encouraging you to receive. And it says that you are being blessed by the Goddess of Abundance. Okay. Group number three, it looks like you're at a very exciting time in your life. This is a very straightforward message that the energy is gaining momentum. So something in your life is accelerating or picking up. I feel like if you were a moon, you would be a waxing moon right now. You're going through a period of growth, fast growth at that, and even exponential growth. This could be in a certain particular area of your life, or it could just be an overall energy in your life right now. Things are speeding up, picking up the pace, growing. This feels very positive. No more stagnation. If you needed a sign that you're on the right path, first of all, this is your sign. You are on the right path. But the universe is going to be confirming to you with events that transpire in your life, with opportunities that come your way, with recognition you receive, with abundance you receive. The universe will be confirming to you that you are on the right path, that you are doing something right, and that you were right for believing in yourself. This is a period where your self-belief is going to be confirmed by external events. Womb makes me feel that you are about to be born or reborn, or there's something that you have been preparing behind the scenes, and now you are ready to birth it into the world. I feel like you are being born, as in a new version of you is being born, but you could also be birthing something into the world. Sharing a project that you've been working on, or something that you've created. There's a feeling of coming out. We're stepping out into the world. We're setting things into motion, because this is Mars energy as well. It's action, it's motion. I feel like you're in, or you're entering into a high energy phase of your life, in a very eventful phase of your life where there's a lot going on. I just heard specifically that 1 week is going to feel long because you did so much in that 1 week. Even yesterday I had this feeling because I filmed a really big boy reading yesterday. So it took the whole day. And then at night, when I went home, filming pile 1 felt like yesterday. It felt like the day before, because the one day was so long. I was doing so much. And so that message just came through. You're going to have weeks that every day is so jam-packed with events that when you reminisce, it feels much longer than a week. I hope that makes sense. You're being reborn, and where you're going, not all can follow. So there is a feeling of outgrowing certain connections as well. Certain acquaintances, people in your circle, people on your team, people you have worked with. This could also be people whose opinions or guidance you have subscribed to and you don't resonate with them anymore. You could be unfollowing people, or people could be unfollowing you because they just don't vibe with your transformation, but that's not our concern, is it? And then even this message, we both need closure. That sounds like connections that are coming to an end. If you are feeling that you are outgrowing certain connections, or that certain relationships will not have a place in this next era of your life, I do think that this is a piece of advice to not ghost, or it's like to not end connections without saying anything. Or it could be a message for you that you will not be ghosted. Like if someone wants to end a connection, they will properly let you know. But yeah, you're definitely evolving. Where you're going, not all can follow. We have the number 33. You're entering into a period of abundance. You're entering into a period of receiving. You are being blessed by the earth goddess, by the goddess of abundance. This gives Empress energy. It also gives Queen of Pentacles energy. There's a motherly feeling with the earth goddess and with womb. You could have a feminine spirit guide or multiple feminine spirit guides who are cheering you on at this time. I just heard they're rooting for you, and it kind of felt like a pun because we're talking about the earth and roots. These could be ancestors or passed on loved ones, like a mother, a grandmother, an aunt, a great-grandmother. Yeah, female ancestors or female relatives who are cheering you on. There's not really a mention of your soulmate here, is there? I wonder if this group, you might not be I mean, obviously you are interested because you clicked on this reading, but I do feel like your soulmate connection is maybe not your main focus right now. It seems like you're focused on your own growth, on your goals, on your own transformation and personal development, but this is somehow tied to your soulmate connection, of course. So let's get into the tarot. And we are going to see the different factors at play here in your soulmate journey. We have the number 24 as well. So the numbers 24 and 33 could be significant. At the time that I'm filming this, it is the year 2024. So maybe that's a sign that this is your year. This is going to be a big year for you. You could be entering into a period of abundance that is going to last for 3 years as well. Also, the ages 24 and the ages 33 could be very big years for you. Womb could also be a sign that you will have children with your soulmate, or you do have children with your soulmate. Or that you will eventually create or birth, so to speak, something together. Okay, group number 3. Thank you for being here. Let's ask your higher self, okay, about your current beliefs and mindset. We have the Tower in the upright. I keep forgetting to mention this with every group, but upright cards are going to be helping energies and reversals are going to be hindering energies. For your actions, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And what about your soulmate? Your soulmate's mindset and beliefs, we have the Magician in reverse. Your soulmate's actions, we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. External circumstances, that's upright. The Knight of Swords in the upright, and the universe, divine timing, fate, that is sideways. Okay, this side is closer to the top. Queen of Cups in the upright. I am gonna make a note that it did come out sideways though. This was the card for fate and divine timing. I think the fact that it came out sideways, it's kind of a 50-50 where you are co-creating with the universe, and you may need a reminder that your own free will is just as much of a factor as the universe's plans. You will work together. Okay. I think it's so funny that we got the Knight of Swords in the upright for your external circumstances, because that's literally a card that lets us know that things are speeding up, and we already got that message. That's being confirmed. Things are speeding up, things are gaining momentum in your life. We also have 2 images of new moon eclipses, which that is specific to your group having this imagery. New moon on its own is a new beginning. A new moon eclipse is a very powerful and intense new beginning. We even have an Ace and a Magician, which are both 1s. Ooh, we have 1, 1, 7, and then 16, which reduces to 7. So be on the lookout for repeating 1s, repeating 7s. I feel like your spiritual team will show you these as a sign that you're on the right track to manifesting, and that good luck is about to find you. Okay, we kind of started over here, but let's go through these in order. In terms of your beliefs and your mindset, we have the Tower coming through as a helping energy, which leads me to believe that my group number 3s, you are in the process of dismantling, or you have recently dismantled a mindset, a belief, an insecurity that maybe at one time had a strong grip on you, but that you realized was not helpful and that you didn't have to hold on to it anymore. And I feel like you took actions to destroy this limiting belief rather than feeling powerless to it or getting stuck in a victim mentality, because this is Mars energy. Your pirate is also Mars energy. That's taking action, that's taking initiative. So you said, I'm struggling with these limiting beliefs, I'm struggling with changing my thought patterns, I'm struggling with breaking this cycle, and I'm going to do something about it. So seeking out experiences to disprove your insecurities, or maybe seeking out books that will help you, or going and talking to someone. It's like you didn't just sit there and let it consume you. You did something about it, and you are successfully breaking a thought pattern or breaking an insecurity that had a hold on you for a long time. And I feel like this may be different for all of you who are watching, but what I can say with the Tower being a major arcana is that it is something that has probably affected you for most of your life and been a major theme in your life. And for some reason, I'm thinking of Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't know, I was thinking about a tower, and then maybe I was thinking of the Tower of Pisa, and then I thought of the Colosseum. And I don't know how it happened, but I just heard Rome wasn't built in a day. And so this is not some limiting belief or insecurity that popped up overnight. It was through years of conditioning or years of painful experiences that really cemented it in your brain. It wasn't built in a day, and it may not be destroyed in a day, but it can be destroyed a lot faster. So if you had a limiting belief because of an experience in your life that, like, let's say a 4-year relationship messed you up, it's not going to take 4 years to undo it. You can do the healing much faster, if that makes sense. And so there is a cycle that you are breaking free from, or a belief system that you are breaking free from right now, and that is really helping you. This is going to help you manifest your soulmate. For your actions, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse, which is a hindering energy. And right away, this gave me the feeling of you can do more to prioritize yourself in your actions and in the decisions that you make. This is very much giving the feeling of someone who puts on someone else's oxygen mask before putting on their own, who is so quick to fill others' cups before they fill their own. And yeah, just prioritizing others' needs over your own. Because the Ace of Cups, it is love, but first and foremost, at least the way I interpret it, it's self-love and it's filling your own cup. And there's that ace one, again, it's about taking initiative, being a self-starter. So this could also be about you making yourself happy rather than waiting around for someone else to make you happy. It's like, where are you in this? Where are you? When you are helping everyone else before you help yourself, what about your power? What about your power to help yourself? When you are waiting around for someone else to help you, what about your power? It's like putting too much power on others, or giving too much of your energy to others, or giving too much of your expectations to others. And we're bringing that all back in to yourself. There could also be a blockage where you take action based on what is like the noble thing to do, or what you feel like is the right thing to do, which I'm not saying that's bad. Of course, you should do what you think is the right thing to do. But there could be this inaccuracy where there's a dichotomy between I either do what is like the right thing and the noble thing to do, or I can do what makes me happy. As if doing what makes you happy is this, oh, I'm indulging, I'm being irresponsible. Sometimes the thing that makes you the most happy and the thing that prioritizes you and the thing that serves you and centers you in your own story, sometimes that is the right thing to do. It's not one or the other. It's also not like either I take care of everybody else or I prioritize my joy. Prioritizing your joy is often the right thing to do and the best thing for others around you. You have to trust that people who love you and people who are meant to be in your life want you to prioritize yourself, want you to take care of yourself, want to see you with a full cup, want to see you doing the things that make you happy. It just feels like there's too many instances where you talk yourself out of doing the thing that would really make you happy. And I don't know why that is. Like, it could be for different reasons for everyone who's watching this, and maybe it's worth asking yourself when you catch yourself opting out of the thing that would have really made you happy, like, why did I do that? What was my thought process in turning that thing down when I really wanted to take it? Or what was my thought process in denying myself of this thing that I wanted? Why did I think that was the right thing to do? Because this Ace of Cups in reverse tells me you could be choosing your joy and choosing your pleasure a lot more often than you currently do. And that is probably what will lead you to your soulmate. When you choose yourself, you choose them. When you choose what makes you happy, when you follow your joy, you are going straight to them. So, you know what's cool too? Because the 7s and the 1s, you are 7-1 and they are 1-7, 7-1-1-7. It's a mirroring number, which is interesting. 17 could also be a significant number. Someone could be born on the 17th, or 2017 could have been a significant year. Like maybe you met someone in 2017, or I feel like I was going to say something else. Oh, that Aquarius energy could be significant because 17 is the number of the star card, and that's Aquarius energy. Knight of Swords as well is Aquarius. Someone could be a Capricorn with Aquarius placements, like Mercury in Aquarius or Mars in Aquarius or something. This is Mars energy as well. So Mars, masculine energy. I mean, masculine and feminine energy is coming through because there's the motherly energy and then there's all this Mars. So your spiritual team could be letting you know that you're doing an excellent job of balancing your masculine and feminine energies, and your soulmate is as well, which I also think is helping you come together. Okay, let's get into your soulmate's energy. So for them, both of their cards have come out in the reverse. So they may be dealing with some resistance or some blockages right now. It feels like they're playing it safe and taking the easy way because they don't really believe in their abilities when I look at these two together. They're kind of sabotaging themselves in their current energy. For the Magician in reverse to come out for someone's mindset, this is definitely not believing in your power to manifest, not believing in your power to bring about your desired outcome, not believing in your capability, in your ability to make a difference, in your skills, in your competence. It could even be in your intelligence. It just feels like a lot of self-doubting. It could be feeling powerless or feeling disempowered or feeling not good enough or feeling not good at what you do. Yeah. They're in a kind of self-deprecating energy right now. And I don't know if this is circumstantial, like maybe something happened to get them in their head and make them feel this way. Or could be something they've been dealing with for a long time. But that's how they're coming through in their internal world. And then how this manifests outwardly, you know, in the upright, this would be about choosing your battles, and you will fight and you will face adversities for something that is worthy, and you will defend what really matters to you. So in the reverse, it feels kind of passive. It feels like your soulmate is currently in a passive energy towards, honestly, towards life in general. It could be specifically towards this connection, but in general, it just feels passive and like self-sabotaging, because there's almost this feeling of, well, I won't do a good job anyway, so what's the point? It's the energy of all of these opportunities coming their way. I'm seeing an example of someone who has a talent, and then there's all of these auditions or contests or recruitments, like companies looking for recruitments that are so specifically tailored to their talents. And then it's like, okay, the deadline to apply is like, I don't know, June 30th, the end of the month. And then they just let June 30th come and go, and they didn't apply. And maybe they said they would, or they tell themselves they will. Yeah, I'll get around to it. And then it doesn't happen. I also just got an example of, hey, I'm in town until the 15th. Like, we should meet up. And they just let the 15th come and go. It's like this energy of letting opportunities pass them by. And I wonder if they're aware that the reason this is happening is because of a lack of self-belief, or a lack of belief in their ability to bring about their desired outcome. They could be, because if you're aware that you're self-sabotaging, but you're still doing it, it's like being painfully self-aware. But that is part of the healing process, you know? In the beginning of the healing journey, you're playing out the unhelpful pattern, but you don't realize you're doing it. In the middle of the healing journey, you're playing it out and you do realize that you're doing it. And then at the end, you're not doing it anymore. So, and maybe you need that message too. If you see yourself playing out habits or patterns that you know aren't healthy and you're getting frustrated with yourself, don't be. Because that is a part of the process. Doing it and being aware of it is part of the process. Let me ask my pendulum, is group 3 soulmate aware that they're playing out this pattern? Yes. Yes, they are. Oh shit, you couldn't see it. But it was saying yes. I gotta be careful about that. Yes, they are aware. So, which means that they are currently healing it. The fact that they're aware of it means they're currently healing it. So they see themselves self-sabotaging for what they really want to do. I used to do this I would be like, okay, I have a day off. So I'm going to spend this whole day focusing on music or making music. And then the day just rolls by and I didn't do anything. And it was just, I think in my case, it was like perfectionism, or feeling like, what if it's not good, or the dread of having to sort through the ideas until you find a good one, which now I feel like it's fun and it's part of the process, but it just felt so daunting at one point. So there's like a blockage for them to do the things that they really want to do. And that could be affecting your connection. You know, they could be, if this person is in your life, they could be fumbling opportunities with you as well. And then being like, damn it, why did I do that? So it's not that they don't care. It's not that they're not aware. They're just as aware as you, I want to say. And they're just as frustrated about it as you are. But I think the positive thing is that that awareness means they're already in the process of healing it. And it will just be, it's just a matter of time and a matter of repeated experiences for them to get out of this pattern. So maybe that mirroring that we see between the two of you is that you're both currently healing from self-sabotaging thought patterns or healing from self-deprecating thought patterns that have stood in the way between you and what you really want. And maybe one of those things that you really want is each other. For things outside of you, for your external circumstances, for fate, for divine timing, you have 2 upright cards. So the world is rallying for you. The universe is rallying for you. The energies are in favor for your union. And things are going to be speeding up in your connection. If this is someone who is already in your life, you're going to start communicating more frequently and seeing each other more frequently. If you haven't met them yet, this means that you're going to meet them very soon. And your connection will probably grow pretty quickly. Like you'll grow close to each other very quickly. With the Queen of Cups, I think this lets you know that the divine plan and divine timing is not something that's outside of you. You can feel it. You can feel it in your womb, or you can feel it in your gut. It's not something that is outside of you. And your instincts actually inform you when divine timing is, because when it's divine timing for something to happen or for you to do something, you will feel like doing it. So if you feel resistance towards taking a certain action, if you're like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't feel right yet, what you are feeling is divine timing. When it feels right to do something, what you are feeling is divine timing. Divine timing is one of your features. I don't even know that like how to say this in English, but it's like it's embedded in you, I guess. You're equipped with it. It's one of your parts. Like if you were a computer and you opened it up and you see all the parts, divine timing is in there and it informs you. You feel it in your literal body. It's not something that's just out there floating in the air and you have to guess, is it divine timing or not? It will tell you. Divine timing also means when you feel comfortable. It's not just decided for you and you have to deal with it. In many ways, you decide what divine timing is. And I feel like that's why that card came out sideways, because it's just as much you as it is the universe. Divine timing is when you feel ready or when you don't feel ready. Honoring those cues from your vessel, from your body, and from your soul. It is you. You make it. You make the divine timing. So don't worry about not being on time, being too soon or being too late. It's not possible. You do it when you're meant to do it. When you feel like doing it is when you're meant to do it. You may also, even with external events, you may be able to kind of feel them before they happen. Okay, so for the last part of this reading, we're going to pull from a couple of oracle decks, which were so kindly sent to me by Starseed Shelter. Thank you very much if you happen to be watching this. I will link her decks down below. I love her art so much. So one of these is a magic deck and one of these is a twin flame messages deck. You do not have to be in a twin flame connection, of course, so you can just think of these as messages from your person. These are going to be from your higher selves. So let's start with the magic deck. You're small, you're doing your best, take a nap. I feel like that's from your guides. Oh, and you will be supported. I think perhaps your guides are reminding you how small your little physical vessel is and how big your soul is and how big your spirit guides are. So there are certain things that your human self just won't be able to know, but that your guides know, or something that seems like a daunting task or a big effort for your human self could be something that is quite easy for your guides. And so this may be a message from them to rely on them more. We had that message that you're being blessed by a goddess. So there could be a feminine deity who wants to help you and wants to move mountains for you. Things that might seem very big for you, she can do it no problem. I just saw 3355, so that's a connection between the 3D and the 5D. Your soulmate's higher self is also definitely one of your spirit guides. Cats could be significant as well. And I'm just remembering now that before I was filming your group, I was just kind of walking around my house and absent-mindedly singing to myself songs that I made up that I used to sing to my cat, Baffy. I mean, I'm still singing them to her, even though her body isn't here anymore. But yeah, sometimes I'll just randomly start singing my Baffy songs and then I'm like, oh, Baffy's here. So yeah, cats could be significant to you. Perhaps even cats gives you a hint about who this deity is or who this spirit guide is. Even your cat could be a spirit guide if you have a cat. Or your guides might visit you through cats. What other messages do we have? Ooh, I want to know more about you. So that's a message from your soulmate. They could be approaching you if they're in your life to get to know you more, asking you questions about your life or about what you do. They could be looking, I just heard looking you up, looking into you, researching you. That sounds kind of weird. Investigating, looking at social media, asking about you. Yeah, gathering more information about you. I'm concocting a plan to make you mine. And look at how these all go together. I've been keeping an eye out for you. I want to know more about you. I'm concocting a plan to make you mine. That's totally a message from your soulmate. Yep. I think there's no further interpretation required. That's just so straightforward. When your soulmate's higher self communicates to you, it's probably pretty straightforward. They perhaps send you signs through words. For example, something on a billboard, something on an ad on the train, something in a book, like through words that you're actually seeing. Yeah, I think that those are all of the messages for my group number 3s. So thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. And thank you so much once again to our wonderful sponsor, Scentbird. It's such a joy to have this experience of using different fragrances in the readings. And I'm so obsessed with fragrances anyway, but it's an extra touch to like get into each group's energy with different scents. So if you guys want to check them out and get 55% off your first month, which ends up being just $8 a month, you can use the link below or this QR code and use my code to get your discount. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings, just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really, really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to your soulmate, to their higher self, to anyone else who may have appeared in this reading, to all of your spirit guides, your spiritual team, your ancestors, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi number fours. So if you guys chose the Amazon Rainforest fragrance, this is going to be your reading. And to honor the fragrance that you guys chose, I have sprayed it all around my space so that we can be sitting with its energy throughout the reading. Group number 4, don't tell the other groups, but your fragrance is my favorite one. I sprayed this stuff and then I just sat there and then I sprayed it again. And then I just sat there again, just taking it in. When I tell you this transports you, when I tell you I was immediately calmed down, this one is my favorite. It really does smell like rainfall. It's as if you stepped out into a garden after it rained. The air is warm, it's a little bit thick, it's humid, and you smell the grass and you smell the flowers and the freshness of the sky. And it also has a bit of a cologne-y, like this is definitely a unisex fragrance. I could see any gender rocking this one, but yeah, this one is my favorite. You guys chose well. So let's get into your reading. We are going to start off with an energy check where we see what your journey has been like so far and what you need to know about your journey. So if this sounds like what you are currently going through, then that will be your sign that this is your group. Then we're going to get into the main part of the reading where we see what is helping or hindering you on this journey. And we're going to look at this from a few different angles. As you can see, we're going to look at your own beliefs and mindset, your own actions. We're also going to look at your soulmate's beliefs and mindset and your soulmate's actions and external circumstances and the universe, divine timing, fate, things like that. So we sort of get a multifaceted picture of the energies affecting your soulmate journey right now. And then at the end, we are going to get messages and advice from your higher self and from your soulmate's higher self. You know what's interesting? 222, I just saw 222. Not to like ramble about the fragrance so much, but it's like, it is my favorite, but like not for me. If someone else was wearing this, I would be like clinging on to them. So I don't know if there's a significance in that, but anyway, let's get into it. So what does group number 4 need to know about their journey? We have regeneration with black tourmaline and Pluto and the number 11. This is melted rubber band. Please ignore that. Then we have shadow. Interesting. Things are always changing, shifting, and evolving. What is true today may not be true tomorrow. I didn't message you by mistake. And we have, this is like the breath of love. It says, take a deep breath and receive the power of life. Like that breath you're taking in life force. I really like that. We have the numbers 11 and 21. So these could be significant numbers to you in some way. These messages feel similar. Regeneration with the black tourmaline and shadow. I don't have black tourmaline with me here. However, I do have clear quartz with black tourmaline inside it, which that could also be a message. Something is becoming clear and now you can see through it and you can see to the shadow. Some of you may be doing shadow work and you are about to gain a lot of clarity in that journey about a core shadow that you possess, or even about part of you that has been suppressed and that now wants to come out and be expressed. You could be getting clarity about the root of a situation, the root of a desire, the root of someone's behavior, the root of a problem. What I can say for sure is that which was not seen before is being revealed to you. I don't know how this message is going to resonate with you, but I'm hearing that you're gaining access to information that was once withheld from you. You felt that you couldn't reach it, or it was locked up in some way. You're accessing the vault, I'm hearing, and you're gaining all of this juicy information about something that you're interested in or about your person. And you almost, I feel an image of someone looking through a chest and they feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be seeing this, but you are. Otherwise, it wouldn't be revealed to you. If this information was not for you, you wouldn't have access to it because spirit would not let you access it. And if it's pertaining to this other person, their guides would not let you see that if it wasn't for you. Interesting. So, if you're channeling messages about your person, or maybe you have a psychic connection with them, and then sometimes you pick up on something and you're like, oh wow, that feels a bit intimate, but I don't know, there's something about having access to each other's shadows and each other's more intimate parts. If this person is in your life, you could be more vulnerable about your shadow side, the parts of you that you keep hidden, some parts of you that you might feel ashamed of, not saying that they're objectively shameful, but just that you've been conditioned to judge in that way. It's giving kind of scorpionic energy as well. You could have Scorpio placements, or your soulmate could, or even the month of November. Scorpio season in November could be significant. Pluto rules Scorpio as well. And we have regeneration. There could be a reconciliation or a reunion that is happening. You and your soulmate could both be in a transformative stage right now. I just heard you're processing some heavy shit, both of you. There could also be a desire that is re-emerging at this point in your life. So some of you maybe desired your soulmate very intensely at a point of your life, and then that energy kind of mellowed out a bit, and now it's coming back full swing. Things are always changing, and you need to know that the feelings are always going to be there. You just might not be expressing them all the time. But inside you, I feel like there is this fierce longing and this fierce desire for this connection that in many ways fuels you in your life, even when you don't realize it. You share, we all share a life force, but there's something about you and your soulmate share this life force that motivates you, that pushes you to create, to express yourself, to keep going when times are hard. And I felt like there was something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember. But if it's relevant, it's going to come up again. This might be a time where your self-image is dramatically shifting for the better. You used to look at certain features or traits of yourself and see it in a negative light, and now suddenly you're seeing the strength in it and you're seeing the beauty in it. This card, things are always changing, shifting, and evolving. What is true today may not be true tomorrow. This feels like a timeline shift, totally. That's what it feels like. If you recently received a message in a reading, especially pertaining to this connection, that felt a bit discouraging, or it wasn't really what you hoped, what you wanted to hear, that fact could be changing. It's like whatever message you got that you didn't like, it's not set in stone. Could even be something someone said to you that is not set in stone. Someone who once rejected you could be turning around and now they're interested in you. Or a group, like a group, a company, an agency, or the same people who used to talk bad about you are now sucking up to you. Like the tables have turned. Interesting. There could be people who are envious of your soulmate connection. Regardless of what stage it's at in the 3D, there could be people who are envious of it. This is not something you need to worry about. Like, nobody can mess with you. It's just maybe that confirms a suspicion that you had. And then we have this message, I didn't message you by mistake. So your soulmate is sending you a message. You could be hearing from them soon. They might play it off as if it's this nonchalant thing, but there was actually a very specific intention and a specific reason why they messaged you. This could also be their higher self reaching out to you in some way. I just heard reaching out to you for help. Their higher self reaching out to you for help. To help them in their awakening process or to help them make sense of something. This is really, really specific, but you might have a dream about your soulmate. I see them standing in front of you. Their body's not really, it's weird. It's like their face is their human face in this life, but then their body just looks like these wispy cloaks made of light, and then they hand you an object. And in the dream, it's like they're bestowing a sacred gift to you, but to your conscious mind, it might be a strange, even object that seems kind of random. Like, for example, they give you a ball of yarn. I don't know. In the dream, your conscious mind looks at that and it's like, what? Like, it's a ball of yarn. Like, I mean, if you knit then, or crochet or something, then you might be very happy about that. But it seems like just an everyday object. Maybe they give you a thimble, or they give you a marker or something. But in the dream, astral you is like, oh my gosh, you're giving me this sacred gift. This is such a big offering. And so you might have to do a bit of digging about what that means and like what that gift represents, the object that they give you. So that's like a very specific message. And now I'm thinking of crows, how they bring you little trinkets. So crows could be significant too. I just took a deep breath because of this card. Breathe deeply and receive the power of life. I think you could be encouraged to do breath work or meditation, or your soulmate is doing this, and that could actually help you feel more connected to them. As you feel more alive, more conscious of your body, you will feel more connected to them. I'm hearing take time to pause sometimes and just think about the miracle that you're both here on this tiny little earth at the same time, breathing the same air. If you're ever feeling discouraged, or if you're ever feeling far away from them, oh, it's silly. It's silly how close you are. You're breathing the same air, you're under the same sky, you're walking down the same streets, I'm hearing. You're going to the same places, like you're closer than you think. And the number 21 is the number of the world card. I mean, the world is already super small in the cosmic scheme of things. But in this day and age, the world is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And with the current moves that you're making in life, the world is getting smaller and smaller, in the sense of, oh, you know that person? Small world. Your world like that is getting smaller and smaller. And you're going to notice how people in general, people are more closely connected than you think. And you're never that far from any person. And what can you do with that connection? What can you do with that closeness to others? What impact can you send out? How can you express yourself and let that ripple out to the web that you're in? Because you're closer to everyone than you think. Okay, so we're gonna get into your tarot now. And let's look at the different factors that are helping or hindering this journey. Okay, group number 4, we're gonna ask your higher self. With that being said, if there's any other member of your spiritual team you'd like to receive messages from during this reading, including spirit itself, keep that guide or keep that spirit in mind as we're shuffling. The first thing we want to see is group number 4's mindset and beliefs. Why do I see one of your guides laughing? Like we're about to open a can of worms. Okay. Yeah, I see this like older man sitting in a chair with their elbows on the table and they're like, like, okay, you want to unpack the mind? We can do that. Yeah, I feel like this is, if you're confused by your own mind, if you're confused by your own desires, you're going to get to see into them very clearly. Something will facilitate you seeing into your mind very clearly. It could even be this breath work. We have the Chariot in reverse. You are really holding back, group number 4. You're holding back. There's a lot of things that rise up in your psyche that you don't act on or that you dismiss. A lot of intuitive hits that you dismiss. I don't know why you do that, but Chariot in reverse definitely feels like hitting the brakes on something. Maybe you're scared about it going too far because there's this quite intense energy with regeneration, shadow. There was that kind of Scorpio vibes. This is Cancer energy as well, so that could be significant. But it's like, let's say you're someone who loves really hard. Like when you have feelings for someone, maybe you feel like you kind of get lost in it or you get carried away with it. So when you start to feel yourself developing feelings for someone, you're like, nope, we're not going to do that. We're not going to entertain that. It's like stopping something before it can even start because you're afraid of going too far with it. This could be because in the past you have gone too far with it and gotten hurt, or you have seen other people go too far and you don't want to end up like that. Interesting. The Chariot, I'm also thinking of motherly energy because it's Cancer energy. There could be a relationship with a mother that you're examining. A relationship with a mother could be a reason that you hold back, that you suppress desires. Maybe you're holding back to accommodate someone else, even though that someone else is not there. Like, okay, so an example of this would be if you're sensitive and you cry easily and you used to get made fun of for that, or you would get scolded for that. And so, but then it reaches a point where even when you're alone, you're afraid to cry. And so you hold back your tears. And it's like, those people aren't here. They're not here. Their opinion doesn't matter. They're not in the room with us. This is your sacred space. Your mind, your dreams, your visualizations, your emotions, this is your sacred space. Who are you allowing into your sacred space that gets to dictate what happens here and gets to tell you how to feel? Because it's just you and me. It's like you and your higher self. Why do you... Ooh, that feels emotional. I just thought of that Vine where the guy sees a meme of like someone sleeping with the bed sheet under their legs, and he's like, I do that because I do be doing that. So yeah, there's lots of like, no, we're not going there. We're not doing that. That's runner energy. Yeah, you're running. It's like you're running from your own emotions. You're running from your own desires. You're not letting yourself go there. We are going to promptly hit the brakes on that. Like that kind of feeling. And that's not helping you. If you want to manifest this soulmate, if you want to come into union, you got to step on the gas and venture into the wonderful world of your chaotic emotions. Everyone is crazy, by the way, and everyone is just hiding it. And if anyone knows that, it's a Scorpio. And I feel like water signs in general. Because they're the ones who can bravely go to that vulnerable place and thrive in the shadows and thrive in the chaos that exists in everybody's psyche, but that everybody's afraid to admit or afraid to go there. Interesting that I'm reshuffling the deck rather than just laying them all out. It's like taking some time to reset, take some time to recenter yourself. You may need to take more breaks throughout your day to just breathe, to, you know, actively go through and close the tabs in your mind and just ground yourself. What about your actions? Group number 4's actions. Are they helping or hindering in this journey? We have the 8 of Cups in reverse. Your soulmate's mindset, beliefs, we have the 5 of Swords in the upright. For their actions, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. For external factors, we have the Fool in the upright. And for the universe, fate, and divine timing, we have the Queen of Cups in the upright. So the reversals represent hindering energies. And my dear group number 4s, honestly, this is a good thing. Because all of the hindering energies are on your side, group number 4. And you know what that means? It means that it's in your hands. And that is a very positive message. Because imagine if we saw energies that were hindering union with your soulmate and they're in another person, or they're in the world around you, or they're in fate. Then what are you going to do about it? You can't do anything. You have to trust, you have to wait. I mean, that is doing something. But it's in you, it's in your hands. And it's in your mindset and it's in your actions. 8 of Cups in reverse definitely feels like someone who is staying in their comfort zone or overstaying. So the phrase overstaying your welcome came to my mind, but this is the tricky part. The tricky part is that everyone loves your energy. And so you're always going to be welcome, which that makes things emotionally hard. Like, think about quitting a company where everybody hates you versus quitting a company where everybody loves you. It's going to feel so sad to quit that company where everyone loves you. You're going to be like, I'm going to miss you. And it's tugging on your heartstrings. If no one likes you, then you're like, okay, screw you guys then. I'm out of here. And that would feel like such a clear sign from the universe that it's time to get the fuck out of here because, like, people don't appreciate me. So the hard thing about leaving your comfort zone is that it's always going to feel comfortable. And this might be something that is unique to your journey, because I do often see in readings that, like, for someone, when it's time to get out of there, the universe is gonna, there was even a group like this today, when it's time to get out of a situation, the universe is gonna make that situation or that space more and more crappy until eventually you're like, I cannot stay here anymore. But I think that the trick with you is, oh, okay, yeah, I see why it's set up this way. I totally see why it's set up this way. The trick with your journey, with your study plan in this lifetime, is that you have to leave your comfort zone when it still feels good, when it still feels comfortable. I'm thinking about a baby being born, and they're like, the womb is so warm and cozy, and they have to go out into this cold world with all these bright lights and loud noises, and what the heck is this? That's leaving a comfort zone that's comfortable. Except for maybe it gets uncomfortable because it's like the walls are contracting on them. Anyway, enough about babies. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so you would have to walk away from things when you have that gut feeling that you're meant to move on, but it still feels comfortable. This is why it's set up this way. When we make changes in our life, we could be motivated by hating our current situation, so that motivates us to change something. Or we could be motivated by the love for what we desire, and that sort of pulls us towards it. What would you call that? There's like negative motivation and positive motivation, but they're both valid. And different people might experience a mixture of both in different situations in their life. But what do we know about you, group number 4? We know that something you're working on is allowing yourself to feel your desires and to feel your love in its fullness. And to let that become a motivator for you. I'm gonna need a visual aid right now. These are more for me than it is for you, so that I don't confuse myself. But if you enjoy it, then good. So, okay, this bowl is your comfort zone, and this is you, and this is the thing that you love, right? So, which I think is maybe your soulmate, or what will lead you to your soulmate. And then there's 2 ways that we could get you out of this bowl. We could start putting annoying stuff in this bowl, like some nail glue, and you would be like, I hate it here. And that would propel you out of the bowl. Or we can be pulled by our love for this thing and let it take us. Let ourselves magnetize to it because we love it so much. Those are your 2 ways of getting out. Not your problem, your lesson. Your lesson is to learn how to get yourself out of this comfort zone because you love this so much. To be fueled by love, to be propelled by love, that is your lesson. How is that going to happen if you don't let yourself feel it? How is that going to happen if every time this love comes around, you shut it down? Every time it's your soulmate's higher self comes around, you shut it down. You come up with some reason that it's not real or it's pointless, or then you will never get out of this bowl, and you probably will be fine because the bowl is comfortable and the bowl feels good and everyone loves you in the bowl and wants you in the bowl. So then you're stuck. You will not leave this bowl through hating the bowl. The universe isn't gonna start making this situation unbearable for you, because then you would be propelled by hating your circumstances. And that's not what you're meant to learn this time. So you have to let this love burn, and you have to let it. What is it? Are you scared of feeling the love? Are you scared of the love itself? Or are you scared of where you think it's gonna lead you? Maybe that's something to figure out. Thank you for listening to my presentation. So, and thank you, visual aids. That was brought to you by Yellow Cat's Eye and Carnelian, which is one of my favorites. Yeah. So that's what's going on with you. Then in your soulmate's energy, look at them with these upright cards. Look at you. We love. So Queen of Pentacles, also inner world and outer world facing each other. We love it. I feel like their heart, I'm hearing their heart is aware of the tricks their mind plays on them, and their mind is aware of the tricks their heart plays on them. Your soulmate could have a lot of mutable placements, which is Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. That is coming through. Even though both of these are fixed cards, it's giving mutable right now. They could come across as someone who's very put together and composed, but they have that dog in them. They have that chaos in them. They're doing very well for themselves materially. They take good care of themselves, especially physically. It's like they take good care of their body, or this is something they're focused on right now. Oh, you guys, it was cloudy when I started filming, and so it was kind of dark, and I don't know if you noticed, but the sun just came out, and that, I feel like that's really meaningful. Maybe your soulmate just got out of a dark night of the soul period, or they're just coming out of a dark time and finally starting to feel better. And on that note, if you have been feeling down or low energy recently and you didn't really know why, you could have been feeling something from your soulmate's end. But things are getting better now. Things are looking up for them. Like after a rainfall, like the fragrance you guys chose. Let me spray this again. We need a refresher. Oof, that smells so good. Okay, so, oh my God, I love that. See the sun? Okay, they're doing very well. They're healthy. Their body's feeling good. They're feeling connected to their body. They're feeling grounded. Grounded in reality, I'm hearing. Their money's good. They're eating good. They're feeling successful, and they're feeling like they're maintaining. They don't really have anything to prove. I feel like they're not very ambitious right now because they don't have to be. Like, they're not just going to be ambitious for the sake of ambition, for the sake of outdoing themselves. Like, they're very practical. It's like, I've worked very hard, and I'm going to reap my rewards, and I'm going to maintain, but I don't feel like I need to run so fast to prove myself anymore. Like, they're very secure. They're very secure. They're in a very good place. They're not in competition with anyone. They're mature. They're doing well. They could be studying something right now, learning new things about what they're interested in, learning new things about their profession. There's always something to learn. There's always something to review. They might not be doing a lot of hobbies right now, like, or maybe their work is their hobby, and that's perfectly fine. But maybe they even see like taking care of their body as a hobby, not to put it as something light, but it's something that they enjoy, and it's fun to like learn about it and how they can take better care of themselves. Like, they could be very into self-care right now and learning about what different, like this, just an example, like this essential oil has this effect, and this vitamin does this, this, and this in your body.
I don't know, it's like they want to study their body or self-care or something like that. They're feeling successful. They're kind of feeling like they've made it, or they've got it set for them. They've got it, what's the word? They're all set. They're all set. Yeah. And any actions that they need to be taking in the outside world to get closer to you, they are taking. They might know that that's what they're doing. They might not know, but their inner guidance system is guiding. They're doing the right things. Their inner world is the Five of Swords, which this is usually a challenging energy. I can talk about conflict, disalignment, but this is coming up in the upright position. So this is a healthy energy. Oh, I didn't mean to say healthy. I meant to say helping, but maybe it is healthy. They could be getting better at conflict or getting better at confrontation. I'm also looking at all of the swords. All of the swords are pointing, there we go, pointing back to this person. They're kind of seeing how it all comes back to them. If they feel friction with someone, if they feel conflict with someone, I think they're very good at being introspective and thinking like, okay, this is annoying me, this is triggering me, this is frustrating me. Is it maybe reflecting something back to me about myself, or do I have to engage with this? Like focusing on what they can do. I think they've become really good at asserting their boundaries and not caring if they piss people off. There's a feeling of someone trying to egg them on and they're not engaging. You know, someone trying to start fights or start arguments with them and they're not engaging, or someone trying to one-up them and being like, look, I'm doing better than you. And they're like, okay, great. And they don't care. Because they're like, I don't compare myself to you. And the fact that you're coming around here talking about how much better you are, that just means that you compare yourself to me. And that's not my problem. Like they're giving unbothered queen, regardless of their gender. Strong boundaries, strong nails, glowing skin. Like they're taking very good care of themselves. And they're divinely protected. I think you are protecting them as well. You or your higher self or both are protecting them. And they're very grateful to you. I don't think you realize how much they appreciate you. You need to know that. I'm hearing they cherish you. They cherish you, they appreciate you, and they feel your presence. Oh man, there's a song in my head and I don't know what it's called. And now I feel bad for group number 3 because a song came up for every group and I'm going to put them in the description. Oh yeah, it's called Feel It All Around by Washed Out. Yeah, that song is in my head. So I will put that down below for you guys. We got to pick a song for group 3. I'll find something for them. But yeah, I think they're doing very well right now. And they have no problem shutting down something or walking away from something if they feel like it's out of alignment. And I feel like this message is important for you guys because it's like, if they didn't want you around or if they didn't want your energy around, they would let you know. That goes back to this. It's like, if you weren't supposed to have access, you wouldn't have access. You know, they're not the type of person to be like, oh, like, I don't think they really want to be talking to me right now. I think they're just being nice. No, if they didn't want to talk to you, they wouldn't talk to you. If they didn't want to see you, they wouldn't say like, oh, we should hang out just to be nice. They don't want to see you, they don't want to see you. If they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you. So they would let you know if they did not like you or if they did not want your energy around. The fact that you keep picking up on their energy means their higher self is actively giving you access. Not everybody can do that. That's your special permission because you're bros. Sorry, that sounded so dumb, but that's how it came through. That's your special permission. Like, imagine if Madison, if ASO is like lurking in my energy, and you think I'm gonna, no, she can do whatever she wants with astral carry. I'll spill all the tea for her because we're rotten soldiers. We're good time boys. We're buddies. Like, it's, if you're accessing their energy, it's because they gave you that access. Okay? And that goes for your 3D selves and your higher selves. I think they feel quite protective over you. And they believe in you. They believe in your abilities. That's coming through. They trust you. They trust in your amazingness to live your best life. They really, really believe in you. There might be something that you look up to this person for, and they're like, oh, but you're better than me. In that area. Not like you're inherently better than them. They're also saying, like, don't be deceived by worldly things. And that might sound weird because I just finished talking about how well they're doing in terms of worldly success, and that's very important. But I think their higher self is also saying, don't be deceived by superficial things. Don't be deceived by like how much money someone has or someone's status or how much clout they seem to have. It's all quite meaningless, really. Yeah. Now, finally, for the external factors, we have the Fool. This definitely feels like Spirit is working in your favor. You may both have to take leaps of faith at some point to come together. But it also feels kind of effortless. It feels like you'll just do it. You might come together with this person when one of you does something kind of impulsive and you're thinking like, oh, what the heck, I'll do it. And you don't give it much thought. It kind of gives the vibe of when, you know, you hear those stories of like, oh, I just posted this dumb TikTok and then I went to sleep and then I woke up and it had 80 billion views. It's something like that. Like you did something impulsively or randomly and you didn't think anything was going to happen from it, and then like it makes waves or it blows up, or so. You know, your actions are not insignificant. A tiny action you take, a tiny decision you make, it's like the butterfly effect. It can turn into something huge. And I feel like the way you come together with your soulmate will probably not be the way that you think, the way that you imagine. Because when you imagine how things unfold, you're kind of confined by what your brain thinks would make sense, what seems like the most logical, shortest path to them. But that's not always the way. And then we have the Queen of Cups for, and there was another group that got the Queen of Cups for the universe and for divine timing and for fate. I think you know very well deep down that this is fated. Yeah. I don't even think I have anything to add to that. But just that when you might feel like you don't know where you're going and you don't know what you're doing, you feel like a fool just wandering around, the universe is overlooking it, and the universe knows that this is all deliberate. I feel like everything in this journey has been deliberate, even your struggles. Even the wrong turns, and I say that with finger quotes, even like, oh my God, do I need visuals again? Not really, but maybe actually. If this is where you are and where you're trying to go, You might go and go up here and then be like, oh shit, that was the wrong way. And turn back and then go like that. But actually, this is not the way. This is the way. The actual thing you did, including the wrong turn, was the way. That was like the secret code that unlocked the door. You had to go up here and you had to go up here and go this way, and then that was the way. The straight line was never the way. So you were going the right way. Your soul knew what it was doing. And it kind of reminds me of a message we got for the other group who got this card, which is that your destiny and your divine plan, even your sense of divine timing, it's embedded in you. And so it actually guides. It guides you and you don't even have to think about it. It's kind of like your circadian rhythm. You don't have to think about waking up. Your circadian rhythm is just like, oh, it's morning. I woke up. It just happens. It's autonomous, and you have your destiny in you like that. You know, you would have to, the same way you can fuck up your circadian rhythm, but you would have to like repeatedly go against it. You can deviate from your destined path, but it would take effort. It would take repeated, consistent effort. So as long as you're not deliberately trying to mess it up, then you won't. If you just let go and let yourself frolic and not think too much, you will be on your destined path. I hope that makes sense. So, okay, the sun is getting too hot now, so we are just gonna close the curtain. And I was kind of like intentionally blocking it with my back because I didn't want to make the light too weird. But anyway, so for the last part of this reading, we are going to pull cards from a couple of oracle decks that were so kindly gifted to me by Starseed Shelter. Thank you so much if you happen to be watching. I will link the decks down below. I absolutely love this artwork. So we have a magic deck and a twin flame messages deck. You of course do not have to be in a twin flame connection or resonate with that journey. This is just messages from your person. So we're starting with the magic deck, and these are going to be messages from your higher selves. So we have magical girl in training. Make the first move toward destiny. That almost feels like magic is a practice. And as you take more actions, you'll get the hang of it. We also have Mercury, good education, business, and sharp intellect. There's going to be, you and your soulmate, if you're not in communication yet, you are going to be very soon. You're definitely already in astral communication or psychic communication. Something about your intelligence, business skills, or your education could play a part in your union. Mercury also feels like a curious and investigative energy. So embracing an energy of trial and error in your life could help you come into union with your soulmate. Like, make the first move, see how it goes. Even that process of trial and error is magic. And remember, if you do a trial and error 6 times and then you find the right path, all of those 6 times were part of the right path. Like, you had to do them before getting to the final thing. The final thing. You know what I mean. The final step. Okay, what else? Oh my gosh, were we not literally talking about this? Feelings change, but they don't disappear. Yeah, the resurgence of an emotion that waxes and wanes. Your longing for this connection might wax and wane at different points in your life, and that's okay. It could be very intense right now, or it's becoming very intense soon, and then it will wane again, and then it will get intense again, and then it will wane again. But I think just because it's waning, it doesn't mean that it's gone. The same way when it's a new moon, the moon isn't gone. It's just there's no light being shown on it right now. The moon didn't disappear just because it's not, doesn't have light bouncing off of it. So certain things in your life, it's like your longing for this connection is the moon, and certain things in your life are gonna shine light on it and it's gonna bounce off. And you know, when it's a full moon and the whole thing is illuminated, it's gonna feel really intense. And then other times it's gonna be waning. I don't even know if I ever said this in a reading, but a while ago I thought of the analogy of a piano, where, because I was having a lot of old emotions resurfacing around the time of the eclipse back in April, and it was Mercury retrograde too, and like my inner child and inner teen were like whoosh, like they just came right back, and it felt like I'm a piano, and so I have all of these notes, but I'm not always playing all of them. And so just because I'm not playing D3 right now doesn't mean that D3 stopped existing. I'm just not playing it. So like it made sense to me, but all of those different versions of you and all of those different emotions are like the keys on your piano, and sometimes they're not going to be played and they're going to be quiet, but that doesn't mean the keys stopped existing. And then we have burn what burdens you. Okay, Sailor Mars, with that chaotic look in your eyes. Burn what burdens you. I feel like your soulmate's gotten really good at that. When they're like, life is too short to sit around with some bullshit. So if I don't like it, it's gotta go. If I don't like you, you gotta go. And maybe you can join them in that energy, and maybe that would be something that is helpful for you. This is kind of a specific message, but if there's any connections that you maintain because you feel like it might be important someday, like, I'm just thinking of, like, I don't know, if there was someone in your life that you thought maybe one day like your connection will be beneficial, or one day they'll offer you something, and so it's not really like you're holding on to that connection because you actively enjoy it. It's because of some idea that maybe one day this will happen in the connection. Maybe one day I'll get this opportunity, or I'll get XYZ, or it could be even useful in some way. Like, just forget about it. We don't have time for that. It's a pretty liberal burning. It's becoming a minimalist with what you give your energy, and then realizing when you cut off all of those points of access to your energy, you'll be surprised how much you have left over for yourself. And that may be why your soulmate's taking such good care of themselves right now, because they stopped handing out their energy to everyone and their dog, and then we're like, whoa, I actually have a lot of energy left over, and I can use this on myself. I can use this to repair my body. I can use this extra time to meditate and to relax and to study the things I want to study, and just like enjoy my own company. Oh, we're a little introverted. Yeah. So that's it. Group number 4, these are all the messages that I have for you, so I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you, and thank you so much once again to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. If you would like to check them out and get your 55% discount for your first month, which ends up being just $8 a month, you can use the link down below or this QR code, and you can use my code to get your discount. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have a link down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick-a-card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really, really appreciate having you here. And I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your soulmate, their higher self, anyone else who may have appeared in this reading, and to your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!